Well, hello Some-Antics. It's lovely to be here, albeit virtually, not quite in the real world yet. I think we're all still trying to get used to online gigs. I know that during lockdown I've done a couple of comedy gigs via Zoom, which is really weird because you can't hear anybody laughing. Actually, that's pretty much like my stand-up gigs before lockdown started. Anyway, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah Davies and I do a bit of stand-up and I do a bit of poetry. But tonight I'm going to be doing some pieces from my book, The Last Chance Salon. A bit of obvious product placement there. And The Last Chance Salon is a collection of poems and short stories inspired by a local backstreet hairdressers very near to me. And one morning I was walking past and I heard this raucous laughter coming from inside, and this inspired me to want to write the stories of the women inside. What were they doing? What were they laughing about? Why were they having such a good time? And so the collection tells the stories of their lives, their problems, their worries, and they're intended to make you laugh and cry at the same time. Now don't worry, I'm not going to be reading any short stories to you tonight because despite the name short stories, they are a bit on the long side, and I realise the absolute importance of A, being able to go to the bar, and B, being able to go to the toilet. You know, a lady of my age, these things are very, very important. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to the Friday morning regulars of the Last Chance Salon through the title poem. I hope you enjoy it. It's just a terrace corner, two quiet streets where Summer's End and Gorn Road meet. But here, a living fossil's found, relic of the hairdressing age. And here, a weekly ritual occurs beneath the legend Simone Coiffeurs. Simone enters from the back, a single room beneath her flat. She gargles gold blend round her throat and contemplates this little world. College trained, back in the day, her nan and old man helped make it pay. Both gone now. Her starched black tabard does its best to contain her ample chest as she moves with an unhurried grace, singing Whitney's greatest hit, laying out the towels and gowns and squirting l'air de printemps round. Oh, it's nice that, isn't it? A wall of mirrored tiles reflects the susurration of crisp white nets, stirred by the central ceiling fan, which wobbles as it builds up speed. Simone stretches and gives a grunt as she pulls back the latch and waits for her punters. Nothing ever changes at the Last Chance Salon. Ada Bishop's first to arrive at precisely 9:45, closely followed by Rosie Core, whose husband drops her at the door. He's heading off down into town. I'll pick you up when your roots are done. The last to join is Violet Grant, a formidable woman and Simone's great aunt. And so the entertainment starts with shampoo and sets and the horoscope charts. Simone's on the cusp, the back end of Leo. Ada's Aquarius, rising through cynical. I'm a Virgo, says Rosie. Oh, she's all suds and drips. Yeah, of course you are, dearie, Violet Grant quips. The subject quickly moves along to the foibles of their young. Ada's son won't procreate. Oh, the bugger's left it far too late. Conversation swirls around like soapsuds down the sink. Violet's husband's lost his sight. Rosie sometimes cries at night. The gripes and frets the years bring. Who's checked out or what the cat's dragged in? They share the snaps of times gone by as Simone applies the dye. Tentacles of chemicals gyre round the place. Hydroxide, peroxide, ethyl acetate, toluene, butane, phthalates, VOCs, parabens and perfumes, ammonia, PPDs. They take in lungfuls, but no one gives a stuff. Blue rinsed and rolled up, They head across the floor. Mrs. Bishop moves diagonally to dryer number 4. Vi's usual pew is number 2. It's there that she is seated. And at chair 1, Rosie sits down, the last to be colour treated. They try to ignore the empty chair, pining for a familiar pair of buttocks that for several years melded foam and vinyl to their form. Although the occupant has gone, her impression lingers on. Simone covers up chair 3, but a towel can't stop the memories, just like the way a hug remains long after the goodbye's been said. Recollections spiral in the air alongside the motes and snippets of hair. She leaves her 3 plump chooks to roost, nestling beneath the dryer's boost, their handbags laying like small dogs beside each pair of sturdy calves. Mint imperials are on the go, as is the gossip from Hello. Ooh, who's in the jungle? What's Kate have for tea? The hopes and the gropes of celebrity. Oh, what was she wearing to that wedding in Bordeaux? What was he thinking? I'm sure I don't know. It's not the stories, it's the sharing. Their maudling stops at the sound of the door. A customer, not one they've seen before. Room for one more? She asks with a grin. Yeah, course there is, love. Come right on in. The gang of 4 is complete once more. The ladies of Gorn Road and Summer's End leave beautifully coiffed till next Friday at 10. Simone ushers out the last of the bunch. She's squeezing a man in straight after lunch. Nothing ever changes. You see, dear friends, at the Last Chance Salon, time stands still, but life goes on. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that. The poem, as you probably noticed, actually throws up quite a lot of questions, such as why does Rosie cry at night? What made Violet Grant such a formidable woman? And those questions are answered as you read your way through the collection of poems and short stories attributed to each woman. I'm going to next perform a poem that belongs to the owner of those lovely buttocks that left such an impression on the hearts and the furniture of the Last Chance Salon. And this comes from a section of the book called Liz's Story, and this poem is called Dish of the Day. The dish of the day is love, served 3 ways. To start, love soufflé with butterfly filling. It's part raw, can't get enough, and part white knuckle thrilling. It's kissing in lifts and public places, and sitting on knees when there are plenty of spaces. This lust-filled concoction is best devoured quickly. Excessive love soufflé becomes rather sickly. Served fresh, it's a dish that's floaty and fluffy, but left for too long goes all gooey and mushy. To follow, love supreme, a rich, tenderloin creation, a balance achieved through a fine marination. It's saving the slow dance, the acceptance of flaws, and holding your tongue at your mother-in-law's. A well-blended pottage of great expectations, dreams planned and shared with lashings of patience. A duo of chefs can create a dish that's sublime, but it'll all go to pot if you don't take the time to finish. Parfait d'amour, slow baked through the years until mellow and mature. It's more little mouthfuls than ravenous bites, like combing the beach for a shell that he'll like, or slipping a note in her lunch every day, and moping like Eeyore when they go away. It's love unadorned, without wigs or prosthesis, unashamed of spectacles or the need for false teethes. It's love without makeup or doing its hair, less sexy briefs, more leisure wear. And who cares if the bedroom sees a little less action? A cuddle's less likely to end up in traction. The private jokes, memories and special sights, those stories that make you smile late at night, help this love overcome the testing of vows through the toughest of times and long hospital hours. The weight of a hand perfectly measured to fit your own is a gift to be treasured. To close your eyes and still see their face, to know your heart's their special place, to love the other half of your soul, to pray that you will grow old together. The dish of the day is love, served always. Yeah, I've changed again. I'm not saying that I like dressing up, but put it this way. If there was a dressing up box in the room, Lucy Worsley wouldn't get a bloody look in. Anyway, the next piece I'm going to do for you comes from Ada's story. Ada's key line in the introductory poem, I don't expect you to have memorised the whole thing by heart, is Ada's son won't procreate, the buggers left it far too late. So Ada's story is very much to do with that issue, and also to her regrets about time passing, which is perhaps a little bit what her poem and the next piece I'm going to perform is about, and it's called Cosmic Heartstrings. In the realms of time travel theory, there are several possibilities. You can piggyback the cosmic strings, eclipse the speed of light, catch a bow wave of dark matter, or slingshot round a satellite, yeah? Different theories, but all agree we lack the capability. All my eye, time travel is easy. No need for special apparatus to distort the temporal status. Your time machine is honed and primed. Just press your nose to bullseye glass, a sweet shop window to your past, and look beyond the breath-fogged pane to the jars with long forgotten names like Spocks and Spangles, UFOs, blackjacks, white mice, torpedoes, cola cubes and cherry lips, love hearts, dib-dabs, licorice sticks, midget gems, milk gums, sherbet pips, aniseed sold in balls or twists. And all at once, you're 6 years old, as your inky fingers start to probe the lining of your school blue coat, the coppers hiding in the seams. We're time travelling, my friends. We do it every day, surfing the wormholes of our minds. The tendrils of a much-loved song pull us back to when we were young. The plaster cast on the mantelpiece of fossilised tiny hands and feet. An evening spent with long-time friends. Somebody says, "Remember when?" And you're there, right there. I sometimes meet my younger self when rising early, bleary-eyed, and the mirror reflects a silvered shade, a ghost of the face I used to see, then reverts to pillow-creased reality. These cosmic heartstrings weaving through the warp and weft of our lives. How once we were, how we still can be, from time to time. Well, thank you so much for listening tonight, and I really hope that you have enjoyed it. I'd like to say a big thank you to Sammy and all the organisers at Some-Antics for putting together such a wonderfully positive and kind and welcoming atmosphere all the time. I think they do wonderful work, and thanks a lot to Kyle for his splicing and dicing magic with the videos, that even a sort of techno prats like me can actually manage to put something together hopefully something halfway decent. So big thanks to everybody, and I can't wait till we can all get together in person again and be performing in public again. Hopefully it won't go on for too much longer. If you've liked what you've heard tonight, then please do get in touch via the Some-Antics Facebook page, or look for Sarah Davies Writer on Facebook. I've also got a website as well. So it'd be lovely to hear from you, any thoughts and comments and so on. And I'm just going to leave you with the Last Chance Salon reprise as my way of saying good night. And I'm reading this one because I haven't memorised it. One by one they leave the place, transformed, though only for a while, by rollers, rinses, setting mousse, and something more, the power of a story shared. You see, the residue of tales from friends is carried not just in their hearts, but spills out into homes and lives, disguised as kindness, laughter, smiles. Nothing ever changes at the Last Chance Salon.